Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of All the Mods Gravitas. Now as you can see, we have a little bit of a building going on. I'm like undecided what I'm gonna do with the roof. We made a lot of changes back here because I needed to have a higher supply of hemp. I also needed to have a higher supply of potatoes, and I got them both. Now the problem is still power. Yes, I still have a power issue, but if you take a look here, I don't have the diesel generator here, so where might it be? So here it is. Here's my diesel generator, getting some fuel every now and then. It's not really ideal because this guy usually powers the industrial fermenter, which then the industrial fermenter powers himself indirectly. But yeah, you might be wondering, well, why am I kind of close to home? Still kind of close to home. I may want to hook this directly with wires. I don't know. But I'm out here because I found uranium. Yeah, we have raw uranium. And of course, some raw lead. Why? Because this is a uraninite vein that I'm mining. So this vein is kind of overpowered in several different ways. First of all, it gives me uranium. Second of all, it gives me lead. And the third of all, it gives me iron. Well, this one particularly it didn't give me any iron yet, but I'm perfectly fine with getting uranium and getting lead. Because if we go home, I made a sort of backup power. You know how we have these thermoelectric generators right here. I made some more because they're sort of cheap in a way. The blue ice, especially now, which is winter, is super easy to get. The rest is okay-ish. But I haven't been mining, so I don't want to use all my resources for this. I've been mining now for iron, but I need like gold and copper and silver to make all of these things. But what I want from the uranium is this, a block of uranium, which needs 9 uranium ingots. As soon as I have one of these, I can replace, or I can move 4 of these guys, put them in a cross pattern, and they all will be heating up from the uranium block. And this uranium block gives more power than this single bucket of lava, basically. So these guys will hopefully start generating enough power so that fermenter can keep up with the amount of potatoes, because right now it's just getting tons and tons of potatoes. It's not even doing anything too crazy. I actually smashed some potatoes into potato crates. Yeah, as you can see, this is my food supply basically, because if you take a look at this, you can pick it up and you can turn it into potatoes, or you can just keep them in a crate and they don't have the aging process. So that's basically one way to store food, you know, just press them with a create press in a basin and boom, you got a crate. But you know, this area over here is looking a little bit empty, right? It is, because today I want to do one of two things. I'm either gonna build an arch furnace and basically that means I'll not have the power to actually run it, or if we take a look here, we can go into petroleum, to oil processing, which is probably where we should be getting into right now. First of all, we need to find some fluid reservoirs, and these guys can hold crude oil, can hold water, and they can hold lava as well. Basically, what you're intended to do first is go near bedrock and then try and find some crude oil samples. And just like that, we got ourselves the uranium block. And I also went ahead and made 3 more things. I made a revolver, I made a seismic survey tool, and I made some empty casings. Now the empty casings still need to be turned into buckshot cartridges. These need this engineer's blueprint, so I gotta go ahead and make this pretty simple. I have everything for that. I also am making some steel grit so I can make some cartridges. And we're going to be using these three things to find oil. And yeah, this is the setup I was talking about, having the block of uranium in the middle, and now all of these guys are giving out a little bit more power. They give 21, while this one is only giving 16. So it's 5 more per each. So that's a win. That's a win in my book. That's basically another one of these in a little bit. Okay, actually, never mind about the revolver. I just tested this out, and you don't actually need the revolver. You just need the buckshot cartridges. And after you use it, and I'm just gonna do it right here in a second, you're gonna get this. This is basically a survey result, and it gives you like a map of the underground. And apparently, I have literally nothing. Though I think I can spot something like in the top right corner. So maybe I can just get lucky with this. So I did it here on this spot, and the center of this map is exactly the center cross. So I believe if I move like 32 blocks forward and 32 blocks to the right, I should have a little bit more luck with this. And so I did 5 of these maps, and I found crude oil in the last one, which is this one. And what you want to do is you actually just place the seismic survey tool down, you place in your buckshot, and then you just right click, and it immediately will give you a map. Now this is the first one, this was the second one, this was my third one, and on the third one I kind of spotted was somewhere around here. Yeah, it was here, I think. I spotted that white glow in the top corner, and of course the arrow is pointing north, so I just moved in a little bit closer. I did it here, and I got this map, and I was like, okay, that's something over there. And then boom, the last map doesn't even show a map for some reason, but there is oil. I actually got the achievement here. You can see find an ore reservoir with this, so that's pretty cool. We have oil here, and now comes the worst part. Is in order to get the oil, we need this guy. We need the derrick. An oil derrick. This is a very large multi-structure that's basically meant to drill through the obsidian, or not the obsidian, the bedrock, in order for you to be able to get the oil reservoir. Then you need a pump jack. I need this boy right here, so it actually starts pumping up the oil. But the real problem is this guy, because as you can see the amount of resources he takes, that's a lot of steel. So I gotta get processing. Okay, so in order to get all that steel, I improved my furnace, or I'm going to improve my furnace into the refined blast furnace, and I think it can go right around here. Now this guy needs the reinforced blast bricks. It also needs a hopper at the top, which is weird, but it actually allows you to have automation going, so that's all right, you know, that's all right. And boom, we have the blast furnace. Now this guy can actually go with some preheaters. If you take a look at the recipe, let's see if I can find it. Yeah, these guys, the blast furnace preheaters, and they just need some steel and some external heaters, which take a little bit of copper, but I'm gonna do 2 of these because they can have 1 on each side, and basically speeds up the entire process. And so guys, after much sweat, a whole season has gone by because it's no longer winter. I have everything that we are going to need. Now my power generation over here is not very good. It's not very good because all my power is, well, the diesel generator. That's why we're doing this guy. We're doing this guy so we can get diesel, like normal diesel, not biodiesel. So we're gonna start our oil industry today. Man, I really hope that this is right. And getting out of here is a bit of a pain, even though you can climb these. It's hard to get out of there. Now I need to punch this guy actually. Okay, so oh yeah, there we go. Okay. Baku blown blast. Form the derrick. There we go. Now the power comes in from the back, which kind of means I need a post here, so I can just put the power going in there. And then I kind of need to see. Oh, it's out of pipes. Okay, so I gotta give it pipes. That's annoying. That's really annoying. What is this? Set, reset. Okay, I gotta learn this. And yes, every single time I think I'm ahead, well, I'm actually like 2 steps back, because apparently I need to make myself a mixer, because the oil derrick, even though, well, we have it, right? We have it. He drilling down, he needs liquid concrete. So first the derrick drills down to bedrock and places encased concrete fluid pipes consuming liquid concrete. And to do that, we need the mixer. I'm pretty sure, unless there's any other option, maybe a bucket of liquid concrete. There we go. And no, yeah, we need this. It can be water and then sand, clay, and gravel. Oh, and another cool thing I just found out about these guys right here. You see how this guy is outputting 21? Oh, this guy out here is outputting 42, because it actually counts if you have like the same setup twice. You can see that he's touching 2 blocks of uranium, and he's also touching 2 blocks of blue ice, so he's going to output double the power. So that's basically what I've been trying to do on some of these. Like this guy can go with another blue ice and it's going to get some more ice, and then I can just keep expanding, because you can then just remove this as soon as you get like the reactor or something, and you can just remove it and convert these guys back to uranium. And if I have the uranium standing still, might as well just use it, well, to boost the factory over here, right? Just pick this guy up, put it into here, so we can maybe have a little bit more. And I'm also cooking iron, because I'm running out of resources. And boom, there we go, we have the mixer. Now this guy is also going to need some water, but for that I think I can go with create, make a small pool over here and use a water wheel to pump in some water. Hopefully we can do that. And then I also need to link these guys like so. There we go. So now the output from this will go into here. And there we go, some create pumps over here giving us some water. And now I believe if I just dump this like so, we should at any point start getting what we need. Now we could click a look at the recipes. Yeah, so we're going to get liquid concrete, and I believe the concrete should stay in the bottom. That's why this says only output bottom fluid. And oh, he's doing things. Oh, he's getting oh, he's drilling. Oh, he's working. Oh my god, it takes so much power. You can see that the power immediately goes down. And he has some pipes. Hopefully that's enough. He needs to go quite low. So if he needs a pipe per level, I need more pipes. Yeah, I'm gonna need more pipes. So, quick side note, I actually changed my excavator back here closer to my base, and you can see the movement is a lot more fluid right now. Well, that's due to the fact that well, since I took a while to move, this guy actually charged on a little bit of biodiesel, but it will soon run out, I'm pretty sure. And I also changed these guys into HV wire connectors and wires. And it just gives this guy enough power to, well, be super fluid. And I moved it over here because I need iron. I need tons and tons of iron, and it's about time for me to actually start getting in some iron. And I can also hook up the 2 windmills that I have, so this will have an extra supply whenever I'm out of biodiesel. So that's like one extra way I've been getting some cheeky little power. I can just place this guy down here, then move a little bit down here and place the other one, and I just climb on top, hook these guys up, place some HV wire connectors, and boom. Well, this guy actually wants water now. Is he only gonna need water? right now? I don't really understand. I kind of don't want to give him like all water. So I guess I could just break this and watch what he does. Because I get the feeling that he's gonna ask me again to give him the liquid concrete, which I have a bunch now. So I'm a little bit confused of why he asked water. So I guess we'll see. And you know, if you're gonna have this guy in a second just giving us oil, we should really get... Wait. Oh, this is on the wrong side. We should really make a tank, by the way. Because this, if it doesn't actually have a way to store items, it will toss the oil from the top. So we really need this to be a thing. Okay, what now? Yeah, I was missing these fences here, and boom, there we go. The self-leveling glory. And I also noticed that there's like a visual glitch with this bad boy. You can even see it in the preview here. If you take a look around, yeah, you can see that it has a little bit of a glitch. It's kind of funny. But yeah, it's okay. It's not that big of a deal. This is basically a ladder so you can get up here. Because you can input items from the top. But ideally, I would do it from the bottom here. So let's dig a little bit so we can reach the bottom. And just like so. So we can actually see the area. Yeah, there it is. Because this is where we can input and output the oil. And we should have enough pipes to easily do this, like so. Yeah, and now I can actually return this guy back on because he's pretty close, and I don't know what he's going to do afterwards. So I wanted to make sure I had a place for him to put oil before I tried anything else. So let's see what he does. Yeah, that's what I want to stop. What? How am I gonna stop this? Hello? I'm pumping in water into you. Oh boy. Safety valve open, pressure too high. Oh, okay, finally. Okay, so it has to input from the top. The book clearly says it can input from the bottom. Well, hopefully I didn't waste a lot. Drilling complete. Have a nice day. Oh, how thoughtful. How do I see your amount? Can I see your amount? Oh. I was able to see. There you go. 600. Ooh, we have a lot of oil. We have a lot of oil coming. Now we actually need to make something to use this oil. So I was literally forced to make another tank because this one completely filled up super fast. And this guy's just spouting again. And okay, now it seems to be a little bit more chilled going up. Both of these have 1,000 buckets capacity. They share the input since they're close together. So this guy is 602, 3. This guy is 605. Yeah, they're pretty much the same. As soon as I blocked them side by side, this one started to fill this one. So they now share the input, but they will get filled up pretty fast, like pretty fast. And I'm not gonna make another one. I'm not gonna make another one. So if you wanna waste the oil, sure, I'll get more. I'm that bad to the environment. I don't care. And finally, guys, I actually move our little blast furnace over onto here because now we have the arch furnace. Now this guy is gonna be very helpful because it will allow us to make red steel and blue steel in a much easier way. And so let's actually start and get this thing going. First of all, we're gonna need a bunch of graphite, and perfect, we actually have four of these. And I actually traded with a villager, and we have well, a bunch of cavionite and a bunch of graphite, and it still gives me more graphite, which is pretty cool. And you want the dust, this dust, which you can get through the millstone or through the crushing wheels. I need to make some crushing wheels to actually get this process, because for some reason you can't make them in the crusher. Ideally would make them in the crusher, then it would actually need the wheels from create, but that's all right. We can actually just hook up the millstone and automatically put input and output the items from there as well. Wouldn't take that long. Now that we got these four, we can just remove this from here, put this here, and we need 4. And there we go, the industrial squeezer, because we are going to need this guy as well, because this guy needs to crush the graphite together, because I made the wrong graphite, because I wasn't actually paying attention to what I needed to do. Do you link there? Oh, you do. Perfect. There you go. It linked there, and if we go over here, we have like this coke dust, and we can just toss it into here. It's gonna deplete very fast. Because this uses a lot of energy, but it also, I moved my thing again. Yes, it moved again. Now it's actually farming lignite, and also the lignite on claystone. If you find lignite claystone, it has a chance of uranium. That's why we're having uranium as well, and it has like a small percentage of mining in a copper area. It's not ideal, but because I mean sometimes I get andesite and stuff like that, but I get this lignite because it's pretty much what I want. I just toss it into this pyrolyzer right here, and it's making me tons and tons of coke because we're gonna need it. Okay, now this is the proper recipe. It has to be the hop graphite, not the regular graphite. And so, just to see how well this guy works, with 16 coke dust and 16 iron, he burns through the power. It just burns through it. Yeah, it's gonna burn through it like quite literally. I mean, it is faster. It is faster, don't get me wrong. And the good thing about this is that you can use this to make alloys, right? So we can use this to also have a 50% chance of getting more ores. So technically, I don't even need to process them through the crusher right now. I can just immediately toss them into here, and I have a higher chance of getting more out of it. And the first thing that we have to go through, I think it's weak steel, because the weak steel we can then turn into black steel, which then we have to use to make the red steel. So you see how we're gonna have to do this. Oh wait, black steel with weak blue steel. How do we make the weak blue? We need the black, we need sterling silver, and we need bismuth bronze. Now, bismuth bronze, we need the bismuth ingots, well, which is only available through the crucible. There's like a few ores right now that have no other recipe than being cooked in the crucible and then casted out. Those being chromium, bismuth, and I think there's another one that I'm forgetting, and that's kind of a pain because I don't really like to turn this guy on. I really don't. It's a pain. It's an actual pain to turn this guy on, especially because I don't have an easy access to this charcoal forge. So I could like input fuel. I don't know if I can input to this basalt cobble. I'm guessing I can because I can't access, right? So yeah, this is tricky to automate. I will have to move this. I actually said I was going to move this a while ago and I haven't. But now that I have a bunch of easy iron, I can actually max this out. So I can actually do more things at a time in the blast furnace, but I don't think I need this blast furnace anymore. I just need a crucible. The crucible we kind of have automated with this little system. The problem is it really depends on the ingots that we're using. I may just put it on a button or something and make more molds, like 4 molds at a time, and I take out 4 ingots at a time or something like that. If I push a button, maybe, and then I have like a single button, because we gotta smelt it, and we then need to cast it. There's no other option, right? Or we can directly make the alloys in the crucible and then pour out the alloyed version. That's also another option. So yeah, I guess we'll have to see. But with all that said, guys, and with all that done, we are the oil kings right now. I still haven't like properly processed the oil, but we're gonna do that on the next episode. So this guy right here does not run out of power, because we need him to be full power. Everything here needs to be full power, and that's going to be for next episode. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't, and see you in the next one. Bye.